What's going on, guys? 226 forward, Cam Williams has committed to Duke. This is Jon Scheyer's third commitment to 226 class, a big time forward, a five-star prospect.
Mhm.
Joe, give us the rundown. How did this all come about?
Yeah, top 10 overall recruit, headed to Duke. I think in a lot of these recruitments that Duke gets involved with, if they offer, get a player set on an official visit, they're almost always a school to watch. In these high level recruitments, I think that Arizona was the one that was really the biggest competition to them since he's from there. There's a lot, the hometown like program is always attractive for many of these players, just friends and family being able to come watch you play. And Arizona's a really good program in their own right. Um, but I think that Duke was able to sell him on, the NBA draft stuff, right? A potential, maybe not even being a one and done, but a two and done. Just all of the success that they've had, with developing guys for the NBA. Obviously, last year getting their entire starting five drafted, which is incredibly impressive. But a really nice pickup for Duke. I think they. As this recruiting cycle went on, prioritized him more and more and started to recruit him harder and harder. But I really like this pickup for Duke and, um, you know, really like Cam as a player, really like his upside. I think he might need some time, needs to get stronger, right? But 6'11", the way he can move and shoot, fluidity, versatile, really like what he can be in the future.
Jamie, how does what does his impact look like at Duke? And how does he just fit in Jon Scheyer's system?
Well, you kind of look at what Duke's done over these past couple of cycles. They have a lot of stuff that goes through their four man. Last year, Cooper Flag. This year, you have Cam Boozer. You see a lot of their offense kind of go through their four man. Looking at Cam Williams, it was a huge rise. I mean, he's always kind of been a top 35 player for then on three now rivals in our rankings based on the upside of what he brings, and we're just now seeing over the past 8 to 10 months him kind of tap into that upside and turning a projection into production pretty consistently. This summer on the Adidas circuit, he was near 50% on catch and shoot threes at 6'10", and there's a lot of intrigue that comes with that. But then you watch him play, and you see the athletic fluidity that he brings. You see the ability that he's able to kind of the upside of him being able to guard multiple spots. You see that he's now growing into his confidence and attacking the rim and trying to finish above the rim on people. You see his ability to be able to slide his feet and the upside of what he could do defensively, guarding multiple spots, sliding down a lineup, and guarding at the rim as well. There's just a lot of upside that Cam Williams brings with a high character as well. Talking with people around him and around his recruitment as well, they all talk about how good of a kid he is and the character that he brings to the table as well, the work ethic that he has, and how he continues to get better. And it's obvious on the court. You see what he did this summer at the NBPA Top 100 camp. You see what he did on the Adidas circuit. You see what he did during the USA Basketball October minicamp, and he keeps adding stuff to his game. He keeps adding that switch that gets a little bit nasty when he gets on the court, and you see him growing with that and adding the confidence and different types of production that he brings. But the upside is what has him number 8 in the industry rankings right now. The upside is what has him, choosing in between Arizona and Duke as a program as well. And the fit's intriguing too, because like I said, with Jon Scheyer and the Blue Devils, they have a lot of stuff that goes through their four man, and them targeting him and bringing him in says a lot to what he could be.
Joe, how do you feel like he'll be of an impact at Duke?
Yeah, I think he might be a guy that need, like I said a little bit earlier too, and alluded to, might need a little bit of time, but as the season goes on, like his impact being able to grow over time, just because I think like he's very skilled, but like the strength is like a question mark, right? Is he like how does it stack up physicality wise to the rest of the conference when he gets in some of the league play? But I definitely think that like his best basketball is way ahead of him. It may not be what you see within the first 5 to 10 games at Duke, but as the season goes on, and as he gets a little bit more comfortable, then I really like what he could be.
And
Yeah,
another thing with him too, you mentioned the strength is he plays a little bit upright at times, which causes him to lose some leverage.
Hmm.
When he plays, he prefers to be facing the basket as opposed to down and around. Playing upright and all that kind of loses a little bit of leverage at times of what he's able to do. But looking at kind of this Duke system as well, you see that they're not afraid to play freshmen. Not only are they not afraid to play freshmen, they're not afraid to let them play through their mistakes. They're not afraid to let them learn on the fly and continue to, get opportunities on the court as well. And you're seeing that with Cam Williams as somebody who could very much use that type of time, that type of leash, that type of ability of trust that it comes with that. And then add him to Bryson Howard. You see Duke's also still in the mix for guys like Jordan Smith and Deron Rippey and Sayon Keita. And, this could end up being a very interesting Duke class with already having Bryson Howard in the mix, Maxime Meyer as well, who's a high upside forward. But seeing Cam Williams, seeing what he could be, it's hard not to like when you add the analytics with the upside, with the projection trajectory that he's on.
Yeah, I think when you look at Jamie, you talked about his defensive versatility or the upside to it. And the NBPA camp, even when I saw him in Adidas, I just thought he could really like potentially really switch and guard multiple spots. I think with his scoring, I think it'll come over time, but we've seen him, capable of knocking down corner threes. I see him in the dunker spot, and being there and finishing. He needs to get stronger, like Joe's talking about. But like I think that's just up to him. How does his offseason look like, in June and stuff? And I think that's how we'll see how prepared he is going into the regular season. I like him as a cutter. I like when he does cut. I like when he face up. I think there's some real versatility, not just on the defense end, but the offensive end with Cam Williams. And it's interesting seeing what does that timeline look like where we do see him unleash all that. So really good pickup for Duke. I agree, Jamie. Duke will play their freshmen, but also let them play through mistakes. So I think it's just a good fit for him while he's trying to figure it out. And maybe next year, that development process faster than we thought. Or maybe he does still need that second year. But again, you can't miss out on guys that are his height, that are that athletic, that are that fluid of movers, and have a skill set that just kind of needs to just be put together. So Cam Williams to Duke. Jon Scheyer gets his third pickup in the 226 class. Come to the Next Gen Pod at the Field of 68 to check out our analysis and breaking news.